Hey everybody, welcome back to Storytime with Kate Meszaros. Today I'm going to share another book for our grandchildren called Upward Toward the Light. This is kind of like a sequel to the book that I had read to you previously called We Are Water. That book talked about the death of a beloved grandfather. This story talks about a child's journey through grief and how a tree, an inanimate object, of course, came to life in this book that helped him to understand the journey of life and the journey that we take as we grieve those we love. So I hope you enjoy this one. This is a beautiful story by Granger Smith. The illustrations are by Laura Watkins, and this book is called Upward Toward the Light. Once there was a boy. The boy and his dog searched all the forest for one tree, a special tree. They walked behind the barn, hiked across the hayfield, folded over the fence, scraped through the cedar thicket, plodded up a bank, and there it was. Hi, tree. Hello, boy. See the light even coming out of that tree just now. Grandpa said you are a special tree. Is that true? The boy asked. I don't feel more special than the other trees. The boy tilted his head back. You're taller than the others in the forest. What's it like way up there? I can feel the sun before the other trees, and that's good, for the darkness disappears more quickly. But I'm closer to the wind and the lightning. That's a beautiful risk that I take. I've seen trees much larger than you in other forests, the boy said. I've only seen this forest. Larger than trees and other forests don't matter to me at all, replied the tree. The boy spread his arms wide. I wish I could show you. The sequoias in California are ancient and incredible. Maybe there's a secret to growing as tall as them. I only know how to be a red oak in this forest. I'm at peace with that. Maybe that tree's trying to teach us to be at peace with just being what we are. Look at this picture. I love this picture. In the story that I read to you called We Are Branches, I had said something about as above, so below, and that the roots of a tree mimic the branches above. And that's what this picture shows us. It says, the boy sat against the tree's trunk and asked, how deep are your roots? As high as my trunk is tall. That's how deep my roots grow into the ground. A mirror, isn't it? Oops, had it upside down. Gotta turn it this way. There you go. The boy stood again and placed his hand on the dense oak. Your roots must be strong to support your trunk. They aren't strong on their own, the tree explained. They're as fragile as my limbs, but I bury them in the soil and intertwine them with roots from other trees. When a storm comes, we lean on each other, and the rich soil holds us all together. Where did the soil come from? The boy asked. The soil is the history of this forest. It is made of the things we let go of, fallen leaves, peeled bark, and broken limbs from long ago, trees that once stood where I do now. All the broken pieces join together so that our roots can stand firm and we can grow taller and stronger. You see, the soil not only holds us together, but also feeds our roots, said the tree. A single leaf released from its branch and fell to the ground near the boy. Why do trees drop their leaves? Because in some seasons we don't need them. When the time is right and the season passes, our bare branches give us space to grow new, brighter leaves, the tree said. The boy circled the tree, and then he looked around and saw all the colorful leaves and bare branches through the forest. Some trees have lost more leaves than others, and some trees don't have any leaves at all. But you still have some on top. The tree replied, "How fast we lose leaves is not important. A gust of wind or a drop of rain can make some fall sooner than others, but eventually we'll lose them all, every last one. Yet a fallen leaf is never wasted. It joins the others on the ground to make the soil richer." I wish I were a tree instead of a boy. I can't drop leaves like you. I only drop tears. Just like a leaf from a tree, no tear is ever wasted, the tree said. You may know a lot of things, tree, but you don't know what it was like to lose Grandpa. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. The tree rustled its leaves. Me neither. He planted my acorn. He was about your age. The boy's eyes widened as he and his dog jumped up in surprise. Really, tree? Really, boy? Your grandpa watered my sprout. He shielded me from the wind and heavy rains, and he protected my young leaves from rabbits and deer. When I was a sapling, he pruned my dead branches and covered my roots with fertile soil when they grew too shallow. I've been given a gift because I was loved by your grandpa. And see all the different stages of how grandpa helped that tree grow. Look, he grew it inside first, didn't he? And then he took it outside and planted the tree. And year after year after year. The tree continued, but my strength to grow never came from him. It comes from the sun. That's why your grandpa made sure I was growing up toward the sky and not down toward him. Depending on him too much would have put me in danger of losing the light. The boy let his head drop. I feel lost without him. What should I do? Cry your tears. Let them fall like leaves, the tree said. No pain is ever wasted. Your tears, like old leaves, will enrich your soul. That way, when the seasons change, new leaves have space to grow. And the season always changes. Be thankful your grandpa protected you and loved you, but know that he never wanted you to grow toward him. He wanted you to grow up toward the light. The boy smiled. Now I know why Grandpa called you a special tree. I wish I could protect you like he did, but you're much too big to need help from a boy like me. That's not true. I could use your help, the tree replied. Please tell me what you need, tree. Plant one of my acorns and then help it grow up toward the light. This book shows us that everything has a season and a cycle, and that even when someone leaves us on this earth, they still leave behind the memories that we have with them. I like that the tree said to the boy that he should cry his tears because no tears are ever wasted. And that's very true. Every day since Papa died, I cry, sometimes harder than others, but I always just let those tears fall. I read once that Queen Elizabeth said that grief is the price that we pay for loving someone. And so the grief that we feel over losing our Papa stays with us. But through our tears, we're healed. Through our memories, we know that he is not only growing toward the light, but he is the light. So this story is for our grandchildren, Kobe and Eli and Faith and Penny and Xavier and Lily. We hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you at our next story time.